Lee, here we are now at a different animal. This is your heavy duty shed and this is the Apex model. Again, in the heavy duty range, several different shapes.
There's the Apex, the standard Apex size we're looking at here. There is a pent style. There is also a reverse Apex, which basically means the door is in that profile there, as opposed to in the gable.
Okay,
so we've got
so
the Apex
to the pavilion
and the reverse Apex, yeah.
Shape that we know on the studios. Now the first thing I've just noticed here is on this shed you've got quite chunky looking hinges.
Heavy duty hinges is an upgrade, on this building, so slightly heavier, slightly bigger hinges. You'll also see as well on the Malvern heavy duty range, you've got the option with the chrome, with the ironmonger, you've got the option of chrome or black. It's an either or, customer's choice.
Okay. Yeah, no extra charge.
No extra charge. No.
And what are these screws here on this hinge?
So these are these anti-theft screws. So that's special screws that you just can't come up with a standard screwdriver and take that screw straight back out.
Okay.
So it means with that on there, somebody can't come along, even though the door's locked. In some cases, people you have seen just take the hinge off, the door comes off.
Okay.
These screws prevent that
so
from happening.
More secure.
More secure, more difficult to get into, yes.
And I've noticed it's enormously high, so I mean it's a completely different shed to your run-of-the-mill shed with that height, isn't it?
The eaves height on the Malverns, the standard is at 2.2 metres, so we've got that extra room. The ridge height is still under the 2.5 metres.
Okay.
There is an option on this building of a higher pitch roof, but obviously you need to be careful where you're positioning that in your garden, because on some sizes that will take the roof over 2.5. So it's a much steeper pitch.
Why do we say that 2.5 is important for a roof height?
2.5 is important because if you're within 2 metres of a boundary, you've got to keep it under 2.5. We want to go over 2.5, we've got to bring that building away from any perimeter fencing or walls. You've got to bring that in. So to put it up against a boundary or a fence, we need to keep the height under 2.5 metres, which is standard. All of the range in the Malvern heavy duty is.
So then you don't need to worry so much about planning rules then?
No.
Okay, good. And I noticed here as well, you've got some cladding underneath the eaves of the Apex.
Yeah, so what doing another feature of the Apex style is, again, the roof runs beyond the end of the building to give it some sort of protection over the door, and a feature to look at as well.
Yeah, that looks smart. So going inside then, tell us about the door.
Going inside, again, a fully framed and ledged door, a 3-lever mortise lock again on there. The big difference with the Malvern heavy duties is the cladding. All of the cladding in the door, the walls, it's all 19mm heavy duty cladding.
Okay.
Also, we've got a 19mm heavy duty floor in there as standard.
Right.
Standard with all the Malvern heavy duty sheds.
So unlike other sheds where it's 13mm and you need to upgrade, on this one it comes as standard.
It's a 19mm heavy duty cladding, tongue and groove cladding. It's also worth pointing out, I mean, that 19mm is also the size after it's been machined.
Yeah.
Some manufacturers will refer to the size of the timber pre-machining. The 19mm is the actual finished size after that timber's been profiled.
Okay, yeah. And I suppose that applies then to the framework inside, which looks like...
It's a heavy duty frame, it's 45 by 45 framing throughout. And again, that is a finished size. That's the actual size of that framing.
So some shed manufacturers might say it's 2x2 or 50x50.
Yeah.
And what they really mean is the same thing.
Same thing. That's pre-machining.
Yeah.
All of the timber in here, as well as being heavy duty, it's all Scandinavian redwood. It's all coming in from North Sweden. It's all a slow-grown redwood. So it makes it more stable. It's less likely to movements, less likely to shrinkage. It is a very slow-grown Scandinavian, redwood timber.
And you can upgrade the cladding as well to...
Cladding in this range, we do various options. You can upgrade it to a pressure treated timber, so you can have a pressure treated 19mm cladding. You can have a barn style cladding, which is a slightly different profile, which is a 23mm, really heavy duty, slightly different profile to that. And you've also got cedar. We do, in the Malvern heavy duty, we do a western red cedar shed as well.
And that's quite unusual now to still be able to get a cedar shed.
Yep,
So
very unusual, but they're still
you're
there. There's still a few of them being made.
a traditional cedar lover, then that's a unique thing. Now these windows here, are these standard in this model?
Standard on this model, yeah, we've got a fully joinery made mortared and tenon joints, opening window. We've also locking casement vents on as well as standard in this shed. The option we've got in here, we can see a workbench in here as an option which you can add onto this building, like you can add shelving as well.
And just standing in here, you can feel the space, can't you? There's loads of height.
Yeah.
You've got room for shelving or stuff that you want to screw to the wall, hang your bike on the side of the shed. A different animal to your run-of-the-mill shed. And you also got quite substantial diagonal braces there.
Yeah.
Tell us about the roof covering then, Lee.
So the roof covering again on this one is a polyester felt. With the three colours we do a standard, the green, the red and the black. You can, with the Malvern heavy duty range, there are several upgrades from that. You can have a felt tile, there are solid roofs you can put on there, you can put a pressure treated slatted roof on there, a cedar slatted roof on there. Okay. We even do a cedar shingle roof that can go on there, and also we do a Tapco tile roof. So that's like a plastic tile, slate effect tile. So it's a lot of options on the roof as well.
Yeah, and that can transform the look of the building.
Completely.
So next door here we've got a similar sized and shaped heavy duty Apex, but this one, the first thing obviously is it's been painted.
Yep, we do lots of different colours painted on this range. This one has been sprayed, it's all sprayed in the factory prior to delivery. Gets sprayed inside and outside completely, as you can see it. This one has also got other options on there. We've got the Georgian style doors and windows which are available on this range. Part of that being, this one has also got, on the Malvern heavy duties, you can have the window in the door as an option. Finally, this has also got one of those roof options we spoke about. This has got a felt tile. As opposed to felt, this is a felt tile.
Okay, so the window in the door, of course, is an unusual option, but looks quite nice on this building, doesn't it? Now, notice we've got black furniture
black,
here.
Yeah, just
so
to show the two different options, black or the chrome.
And do you always get a hook to hold the door?
Yeah.
That's just about wraps up the range, but remember you've got so many options on heavy duty. It can easily be the best shed in Britain because by the time you've specified it to have painted finish, you can have the posh roof coverings. I think you can even line
and insulate them
as well.
Yeah, as an option.
So by the time you've lined, insulated, painted, shingles on the roof, you can have a pretty much a proper shed.